Guys, welcome back to another In the Rough podcast. I think we're up to 18 or 19 now.
Maybe we should just stop guessing what number we're on.
It's part of the fun.
It's a good game, isn't it?
Yeah. He gets it wrong though every time.
I don't think he's that far off.
Well, probably not far off, but like
in the title.
And plus, he puts the number on the video, mate. So
yeah. you can't be far off when there's only like 20 in there.
So yeah, the good thing with numbers is I can't spell them wrong. So that's what we'll go with. That's referencing something else have you seen. But obviously, busy week and obviously lots of news this week. And obviously, we'll jump straight into it because Rory is back. Obviously, big result at Quail Hollow for him this week. Obviously, consistent throughout the week, which is rare, has been rare for him in recent years, and hence why
he wasn't that consistent. He had a pretty poor opening round.
He was very consistent. He was very good.
No,
he just didn't sink his putts. He just didn't sink some putts. That was it.
To his other opening rounds in other tournaments recently, it was not comparable.
And on a hard course where the best round was like, okay, it was 7 under, but it was Phil who was never going to maintain it. So it was pretty. Yeah. He putted amazingly, which it was
fun to see Phil lead after 18 though. That left his back, all of that stuff that happened.
Blast from the past.
Yeah.
He still managed to almost throw it away though. I was going to say Rory almost managed to throw it away still. So
it was quite an eventful tournament, wasn't it? Though, really.
I thought it was quite good because it was challenging. The scores weren't too high. Anyone could have won on like the last day out of like 20 players because it was fairly close. So I thought it was actually quite entertaining, to be honest, rather than going 25 under or something stupid.
I think I like it when it's in that range between like 6 and 12 under is between that is a winning score. Because anything that's lower than that, anything that's above 6, I guess, in terms of winning score, like if it's -2, -4. You can only imagine conditions would have been absolutely horrendous. But
it also means anybody that shoots in a low 60 is in contention on the final day. It just takes one good round when the scores are that low. That's why it's more entertaining.
Yeah, no, and to be fair, the fact of Abraham Answer went into the clubhouse. He had another very good showing. No victory just yet, but he looks like he's close.
It's coming.
He's been close for 3 years.
so Rory almost. He's been 3 years until this week.
He's Rory's won before though.
But yeah, I think with Rory though, I think we all kind of mentioned that we expected to see some positivity coming out of him having taken some time out after the Masters. First tournament as a dad.
Yeah.
I mean, it just looks like he could play. I say it sounds as ridiculous as it sounds, like golf again. Like he wasn't trying too hard. He was hitting all the greens. Like his approach game, he wasn't trying to smack a pitching wedge. He was just playing like soft 9 irons or something like that, which he couldn't do before. And
is it a case of
interestingly enough, he drove the ball probably the worst he has in like 3 years, and then still managed to win.
I mean, he did have a drive that went 372 yards, but
Well, yeah, but on that, he was missing a lot of fairways. He's usually hitting like 60 frames fairways. In like the first 2 rounds, he hit a combined like 7 out of 28 or something. So we're still in contention. So it was his putting, his approach play, and that sort of stuff, which was actually.
But also the value of his caddy, which we've all laughed about over the last year, how it's all diminished. But his caddy actually showed his worth and his value, especially in the final round on the final hole.
On that final approach shot, yeah.
Rory was going to attempt it, and you imagine he would probably have absolutely duffed it. He would have lost the tournament.
The $1 million
Would he have duffed it though?
Yeah, but like I said, when you've got a 2-stroke lead, like you played a sensible shot, which is what the caddy was trying to tell him. You've got the margin for error to take the drop and play a sensible shot rather than try to go for it.
I just liked it as a golf course because if you played well, you got rewarded, and if you hit a bad shot, you got punished for it. Whereas usually, it's if you hit a bad shot, you can get away with it all the time, unless you hit it in the water. And then other than that, you're just you're in some rough, which literally doesn't stop any of them doing anything anymore. So
I think as well, what I liked with Rory coming back into it is his short game. It was a short game that I think won him. The putting as well. He drained what were like 80 feet worth of putt within the first 9.
He has the best strokes gained putting on any final day of any tournament out of anyone. At Quail Hollow.
It was really good to see. Obviously, it was it's a course that he likes, but also he mentioned it a bit quite as well. The effect of the crowd on him. He's mentioned it a few times, that the fact of he doesn't like playing with no one there, all of that stuff. So I think. I
felt a bit bad for Keith Mitchell on Sunday. No one was cheering for him apart from his mum, probably, who was not. She probably got swept up with chanting Rory at the end, I imagine. So felt bad for him, but it is what it is.
But that's why he probably likes it, because he gets that that buzz and the enthusiasm from his fans telling him that he can do it. Because Tom's picked him like 10 times in the last.
Yeah, and the time don't pick him, he flipping wins it. Like, I'll pick him for like the PGA, and he'll probably miss the cut again, and guaranteed. But it is what it is. I think he's just got that monkey off his back as well. I think you see it like Spieth and stuff. It's he's been playing great. He got that one win, and he's just playing well. And you get a bit more of a rhythm. 500
days without a win for Rory now.
It's his first tournament back after the changes. Well, I say he's probably trying to make changes for ages, but a new coach. And he's won. And he didn't even play amazing off the tee. Yeah. If he plays amazing off the tee, I just don't see anyone beating him. Like, give it 3 months and he's going to be,
back to being Rory.
They were talking about it's the same as like 2014. He did the same thing, came back and then won the Open, then won the next, won a tournament, and then won the next 3 majors on the bounce.
Steve came and destroyed him in 15 for a whole year.
Yeah, but you get that. But one of the interesting things I read is he's actually started to work, as I said he should have done about 6 months ago, started working with a psychologist who's actually making him slow down and do it. So I'm just saying, I was right.
On that one as well, did you see Whoop, the heartbeat monitor? Did you see their video? That was actually really interesting. Obviously, like when he knew he messed it up off the tee on the final hole, how high his heart rate went, and then to calm down on the way across.
There goes $2 million sailing to the left.
I think in those situations, it'd be interesting to see the heartbeat on some of the other guys, because you guarantee there would be more pressure on some of the guys that are not at Rory's level, because Rory knows, obviously he wants to win, but his career and his livelihood isn't dependent on that. Whereas a Keith Mitchell, that could potentially be life-changing winning one of those.
Well, he blew it. He needed to finish second or above to get into the qualify for the PGA, and then he came joint third.
Yeah. So. But I think it would have been. I'd like to see the whoop heart rate on Keith Mitchell when he's watching Rory putt for the win.
I was going to miss that, wasn't it? Yeah.
I think it'd be good to see it though, wouldn't it?
It would have been when he was over the shot. Like, if I was Keith Mitchell, I would have walked over and just been like, "Oh, nice lie, mate." Just walk back again.
So we know Tom's not sore about anything at all, is he?
I wouldn't be sure. It'd just be quite funny. He's probably hoping. I don't know how it didn't end up in the water. It was like the only bit of grass that was like jutting into the stream, like just managed to bury itself in there. But I think it's obviously good for golf, and it's still that monkey off his back. And I imagine.
What did you make of the drama with Bryson jetting off before his cut was confirmed?
Idiot! Like, why? Just wait like 2 hours.
Yeah, I think it's almost a bit disrespectful. It goes against kind of golfing etiquette. It's just like,
who cares?
Like, yeah, but like, just wait and.
Just wait for the cut. Like, okay, his excuse of, I just wanted to get out there and get out there early and have a bit more practice for the next upcoming event. How much time was it going to save you?
Like, an hour's not going to make a difference, is it? Like, it's disrespectful. Like, yeah, like if you're that club, if you're that owner, and you've got players that think they're going to miss the cuts, they just fob off. That's like, it's disrespectful.
I think.
But I don't care because I love Bryson and Seab hates him. So go on, Bryson.
I'll say the fact he made it back and he had a good weekend, respectable, but why? Just so stupid.
But people did say, it's like, I can't believe he's done a 15-hour round trip. I was like, oh, it must be horrible on a private jet with probably room to putt up and down the aisle. sounds horrible. I don't know how.
Oh yeah, they had to charge
private cars, the airport, and everything as well. Yeah,
I don't know how he managed. Fair play to him, man. But it probably
playing in a golf tournament where he won hundreds of thousands of dollars anyway. Oh no!
Oh no!
Horrible. But anyway, we'll move on because obviously we've got over the coming weeks. We've got the upcoming obviously PGA events, and obviously before we jump onto this weekend's event, obviously there's been a lot of talk around the PGA because certain players that have been jumping off boats and not wanting to compete and saving
my biggest pet peeve. This is
people skipping tournaments to save themselves is.
It was fine when there weren't any fans paying for the privilege of watching, but Dustin is the number one player in the world. He's the reason people will be going to this event to watch, and he's just like 2 days before, and this was 2 days after posting a video of him doing a front flip off the top of a boat. He's pulling out.
Very good form, by the way.
For knee discomfort, which I've not heard he's had since the beginning of the year, and him jumping off boats and managing to win multiple events.
He probably hit it on the boat on his way down. Or getting back in on the boat.
Is it that's Bryson flying? At least Bryson came back. Like that's just disrespectful to the event. Like you just clearly just showing you just don't care, and you're just waiting for the PGA. And it's just like this is where they need to have a. You need to play a certain number of. You need to play like 75% of the events or something. I don't know what you'd bring in, but like
basically benefit fraud. He's clearly not good. He's skipping tournaments.
Or maybe he's gone to negotiate with the Saudis on the Super League for his 30 million. He's going to ask for 35, and
who knows? But to be fair, he is the only one that won in Saudi. He's won like twice out there now. What? Or just this once.
No,
I don't know. To us, I can't remember the previous ones, but
yeah, you know where I stand on it. I don't like it naturally, and to use knee pain as well. God, the cheek of it.
Yeah,
but yes, he's getting older now, isn't he? He's getting older, so maybe he's good. Like...
I'm sorry, major knee surgery.
I'm sorry. Yeah, if Brooks can play, he was hobbling on the green and do mountain climbs or whatever the hell you want to call it.
Channel 4 Panorama, get on it. Sort him out. But we'll loop nice into obviously this weekend. What's it called, Tom?
The Byron Nelson.
I keep saying
the AT&T.
Not the Bryson Nelson, the Byron Nelson.
Yeah.
Obviously, lots of talk, obviously, because it's one of the latter ones before these PJ stuff kicks off. What's everyone's thoughts on it?
It's a tune-up. Everyone's going to treat it like that, apart from maybe the players that aren't going to be in the PGA.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the players who are there. There's very few of the top players. So yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? It's kind of like the one Jordan Spieth won before the Masters, or whichever one it was,
the Valero Texas
Open, which no one went to. I mean, it's the opportunity for someone to win and get some, FedEx points.
Jordan
and stuff,
Spieth is here this time round.
Is that your pick? Is it?
No, it's not. He's not played it.
Okay. And he had COVID, so
yeah, it's literally just.
But he's feeling great, he said. So don't worry.
Here's interesting. Did you see the Golf Week released the yardage book for the course would look like? I thought that was quite interesting. I don't know if you guys saw it, even though I sent it to you in the group chat.
I did see it.
Yeah, I didn't look at it, if I'm perfectly honest with you.
Yeah.
Explain it to us, yeah.
So I'm sure Seb will pull up the image, and hopefully he can. But essentially, it shows what they it shows what the pros have when they get onto the putting green in terms of the degree of slope. They've got the full contour lines. They've got
how they cheat at putting, yeah.
Not necessarily cheat at putting, but have a lot more intuition than perhaps the rest of us.
This goes back to an old argument. You should not have a flipping book telling you which way it's going to break and how much it's going to break. No wonder they don't miss putts by like 10 feet because they know.
Not only does it do that, it tells you about in the run up before the green as well. It tells you about areas in the fairway, for example, lies in the fairway, not only in terms of the cut of grass, but also in terms of slopes on the fairway. It basically gives you the entire way around the course without you ever having to have played it beforehand, without you ever having to really look at it. So, you can visualize a green in terms of saying, okay, well, the slope's here. I need to land it at this point on the green, so it runs down this way, or whatever the case is. And then with the putting as well, they've got it down to a science. It's not. It's
just on one side, it's like that's going to allow you to see like the best of their skill because they're going to have to land it in certain spots and they know which spots they're going for. But then on the flip side, they didn't need that for 100 years of golf, and then all of a sudden they need that and they're allowed it.
I think if you've got the knowledge and the expertise, like why not use it?
And that'll make people go to tournaments multiple times because they won't be able to just rock up, know where everything is. Just play.
That feeds into why players don't feel like they need to play tournaments again and again to familiarize themselves. Like, you can play Quail Hollow for the first time and know about it from the yardage books. Mm-hmm. You don't have to play it and say, last time I was here. It takes away the advantage of experience for those guys that are getting on a bit on the course, on the tour, where you'd see probably guys like Matt Kuchar being able to leverage that more, or even Phil leverage it more compared to some of these, I guess, the young guns.
It just takes away from the art of like putting and stuff, I think.
I think everyone kind of relates to struggling with putting, so knowing that the pros have it easier in a sense. I mean, not that those putts are easy.
You could give me that book, yeah, but I don't know if my putt's going to improve though.
Yeah. You usually know which way it's going to break. To be fair,
yeah,
it's usually the speed you hit it that is the problem for all of us, really.
Or where you hit it, what part of the putter, everything.
Just putting, just golf. To be honest with you, getting on the right part of the club face is probably the right place to start. So,
well, it'd be good, wouldn't it?
Well, anyway, let's look at our predictions, obviously, for this weekend at Brian Nelson, because I guess unlike this weekend,
can we go back and get the predictions for last weekend first before we
can? And that's and thank you for interrupting there, Steve, because that's a great point. Because for whatever reason, we don't have a script this weekend, but I would have missed it otherwise. So thank you for bringing that up and see how.
Sorry.
See how it went for Ansu, finished third. So
I didn't. I went for
Victor Hovland, mate.
Oh, Hovland,
my boy.
He finished third.
He's not playing this week though, so what's he going to
do? I went for JT, who was kind of just averagely par all weekend. He finished on par almost every day. And Tom, your person didn't turn up, or?
Yeah, the third best player in the world didn't make the cut, which is great.
Woo, go on, John Rahm.
Well, at least he turned up, not like the first best player in the world. So yeah,
that's true.
Well,
can't fault the try.
Good news for you, Tom. John Rahm is odds-on favourite for this one.
Yeah, don't think I'll be going for him.
He'll win probably.
I guarantee. Yeah, he probably will. Knowing me, yeah.
I was up first last week, so is that Tom? I think first, isn't it? Now,
can I give my go to Seb so I get the first go at the PGA?
No.
I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for Will Zalatoris.
You cheeky bugger! Oh, that's literally who I was going to go for.
You think for something it's going to be very low scoring? Why would you go for him?
He's not. He's pretty good. Came second at the Masters.
No, I'm not
Yeah.
arguing. I would just like your explanation for a bit of content for our listeners, Tom.
I mean, to be honest, I don't want to go for any of the big guns because that's boring. They're not going to win. They're going to miss the cut anyway. I mean, whoever I pick is not going to get any points. So, to be honest with you, it doesn't really matter. But two, I like his hair. He looks like the caddy from, what's his face? I think he's good. He's young, great ball striking. I'd like to see him break through, to be honest.
There you go. Great ball strike. That's what I was
Happy
looking for. I don't
Gilmore.
care if you like
That's
his
the one.
hair or...
From
See,
Happy Gilmore, that's the one. He looks like, what's his name? No. You got to have the personality to shine through, So, yeah. I don't care about the golfing ability. It's more about what you bring to the table from the personality side of things.
Go on, Sam.
I mean, I was hoping Tom would keep rambling on for a bit, so I'd get more time to think.
I love how Brooks Koepka is like the 5th odds-on favourite, and he's like just come back from knee surgery again.
I mean, if you're betting on Brooks, you deserve to lose your money. But
saying that,
I'm going to go with someone who's not going to win the PGA. Is my thought. Someone who hits long because they'll have an advantage on this course, and
Is he
has
fancy feet?
no,
and
you know
has-
he's ticking. He's doing it.
and has a very good shots gained from putting.
Is he
I'm
also
going with
odds-on favourite?
I'm going
Drum roll,
Bryson.
please. Drum roll, please.
Bryson!
He's finally doing it.
Bryson.
He's going to win as well. He's going to love him from now on, isn't he?
I'm not going to love him. I just have an inkling that it's going to be Bryson who wins.
It plays perfectly into his hands, this course, doesn't it? So it's just whether his putting can maintain.
I think his putting will be fine. I think with his driving, it's whether he finds the fairways or not. That's the thing that lets him down.
But it's a very wide course in terms of fairways, wide and long, so it should suit him. But I'll probably go with Fancy Feet Scheffler.
Fancy feet Scheffler.
I think similar to Bryson, he enjoys it long. He's been tapping on the door for a while.
You think he's finally going to break through? I mean, this is the sort of tournament to do it at when no one's really there giving him 100.
That's my thought process. It's a lot of the guys like you, John Rahm and like Bryson, they're either going to be there or they're not. It's a good chance for other people to get in, and it plays into his hands. And why not?
Why not?
So,
Let's see how.
Oh, well, all like, I mean, Dan Tosh will likely miss the cut. Bryson will probably win, and Seb will probably get like 3rd for Scotty. So, yeah, that's my predictions for the tournament. Anyway, if I get a point, I'll be happy at this stage.
Right.
No.
Well, that's kind of it for this week. So there's that.
Give us a proper outro. Go on, Sam. Go on, Sam. Give the people what they want. Give us a proper outro.
I feel like such a shill and a sellout every single time. All right. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, and look out for the next ones.